So it's really interesting, this whole process. I think it's different for everybody. For me, for whatever reason, I had to go on this journey. The label that I got signed to wasn't really on the same page with me as far as like who I was as an artist. And I kind of just felt like, okay, I have this moment to do whatever, I can possibly do, and I'm going to do it the right way. And so I took a little bit of time. I made an EP. I put out the EP, but this record that's coming up is kind of the culmination of everything from the last couple of years. Hi, my name is Alisan Porter, and you're watching The Buzz Artist Spotlight.
Everybody's worried about the world going crazy, but nobody wants to do a thing about it lately. Burning dreams like money in your pocket, and the street lights are keeping you awake. Everybody's worried about the world going crazy.
I mean, I feel like I've always said this. I'm a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll. And I've always said that since even on The Voice, when I sang Blue Bayou, that's exactly what I said, when the judges turned around, the coaches turned around. So, yeah, I mean, my record is very country. It's Nashville. It's got that California country, a little bit of folk, but it's a country rock record.
Alisan Porter, Team Christina, you won it! Congratulations! Big hand!
That was the initial question was how I would do this with children. How would I do? I know. I love the face. I made the same face. I said, you mean the best multitaskers in the world, mothers? Like, well, we're good. I'll be okay. No, I mean, really, I think, that's just part of it. And I totally get it. It's way easier for an 18-year-old girl to be on the road and making music and, making a name for herself. I've had a name. I've come in and out and done what I've done. And, I think they were a little nervous of how I was going to accomplish what maybe they wanted me to with children. And they're probably right, Now I kind of get to sort of tailor make my own schedule, and my kids come first, But I also am still doing, the deal.
'Cause what if I wake up, never felt your touch? What if your kiss never fell on my lips? I would be so crushed.
I wanted to make like a 70s Carole King, Joni Mitchell, that kind of imprint. That was what was most important to me. So I feel like that's what I was most careful about making this record. Like, do these songs make an impression like the way that I want them to? And, I just pulled from all my favorites, Fleetwood Mac, Janis, Joni, Carole King, all of them, Aretha, and I made that record. I made the record that I feel like is missing in the music business. I'm happy that it happened this way. I never would have made this record had it not happened this way. Had I not had the time, this album is stories of, my life, but it's also very concentrated in the last couple of years. It's a lot about redefining who you are, finding love, finding purpose, being comfortable in your own skin, accepting who you are. It's all of those things. So I found those things within the last 2 years more than ever, and I think that's why everything happened the way it happened, and that's why this record is what it is.
We're shooting the Never Could cover art and potentially album cover art, but for sure for single and just promo pics. And the name of the single is Never Could, and the name of the record is Pink Cloud, hence all the pink. Which I'm not usually the pinkiest girl, but we're going against the grain.
So, there's a song called Never Could that I released earlier, which was kind of like the foundation of the record and this sort of movement more into, I guess, the country genre. I love Wild One. It's so fun. It's, there's, I put a lot of, mood into this record. There's a really sexy song. There's a really fun song. There's a really deep, sad, emotional song. It weaves through a lot of a lot of emotion. But my favorite thing about this record is that I wrote a song called Speed Racer when I was like 20 years old. And I've played it my whole career, every show, you know, different reincarnations of it. And I finally recorded it in the studio. We recorded everything live. So live band singing all at once. And I was like, you know, I really want to try this song. Would you guys listen to the song and can we just try it twice and see what happens? And it was amazing and beautiful. And I did these gorgeous kind of gospel-y backgrounds on it. And it's like, for me, that is such a huge part of this record. And then also the song Pink Cloud. So that was the first song we wrote for the record. And it was like, I had this epiphany in Nashville. I got there was this beautiful pink sunset. And I was like, you never look away from a pink cloud or a rainbow or a pink sunset or an orange colored sky or whatever it is. You always notice it. And so that was kind of, I wanted to put that sort of emphasis into the record, you know? I feel like it's impossible for me not to write about what is going on for me. So pretty much everything I've ever written is, you know, it's happening or it's happened or I've been through it or I'm going through it. Because I just feel like what is the best way to connect, you know, is like the best way to connect is to be authentic and open and vulnerable and talk about your shit. So the record is gonna drop at the end of the summer. I'm not exactly sure on date. We just finished everything, so I'm mixing and mastering now. And as soon as that is done, it'll be about 5 weeks after that. Hi, my name is Alisan Porter, and you've just been buzzed.